It's Friday. The black gloves are on, and you know the vibes. Wear your sneakers Friday. Let's get it. What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, Skinny Hardaway, and this is Retro Heat Check. Checking in one more time for the real hoop heads out there. And as always, thank you all for your likes, your shares, your subscriptions, your comments, your questions. Thank you for your questions. Continue to bring them in. Like I said, like I always say, Q&A with Skinny each and every Wednesday. Get your questions in. I love to interact with you guys. That's what this channel is for. Ask me anything from sneakers to old school hoops, to even other sports. It doesn't even really matter. As long as it's within the realm of the channel, man, we good to go. But keep them coming. But also appreciate you and thank you. The channel's steadily growing. Definitely a blessing. Definitely it's all you guys, like I always say. So kudos to you guys. Hats off to you guys. Thank you for continuing to help this channel grow. Slowly but steadily. Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither will this channel. We're going to go as far as we can go with this, and go as high as we can. So, thank you. Man, just definitely got a shout out to the squad. You already know what it is. These are my guys, man. We stand 10 toes down in the paint. We stand up for truth. We come with the facts. Informative yet entertaining. We come from all different walks of life. We all have different approaches and styles to and even subject matter to our content. But all in all, when it's all said and done, we all stand on the same side, and that's truth. Check these guys out, man. These are guys that I follow. These are guys that I support. Give them a shout out. Give them a chance. Man. Hey, and if you're new to them, tell them that Skinny sent you. But without further ado, got to give big shout outs to Sports and Fitness Rants, Uncommon Sense, Scap Attack, Too Raw for Sports TV, Uncut Hoops, Angry Old Hoops, NNB Sports TV, my twin, Phenomenal Fitness, Prince Sports, Man Down Sports, Kobe Bryant Film Room, Dreamers Pro TV, Ticket TV, Geechee Life Sports Talk, definitely Jordan versus LeBron, NBA Fact Self Research, D. Allen Ricks TV, definitely check him out. The Real Mind Crime, man, did I say Prince Sports? Did I say Prince Sports? Prince Sports. And last but not least, Shekel Storm NBA. Definitely give him a follow, give him a look. His channel is really funny. Check him out. He's doing the starting five for the Israeli penny pinchers of the JBA. But definitely yeah, that's taken a life of its own on this channel. But yeah, definitely check him out. Shouts to you guys, man. Shouts to all you guys. And like I said, you guys, check him out. Check these guys out. Tell them Skinny sent you. And today we don't have any new subscribers, so we will not be opening up any doors today for any new members to the Hoophead Haven. So it's just us today. It's just us today, but we still gonna keep rocking. We're gonna keep rocking and rolling. With that being said, to all my hoopheads, we might as well just get on right down to it. And you already know what it is, man. Wear your sneakers Friday. Another week has come, and we're coming to its conclusion with my favorite part of the week. I love talking sneakers. I love talking sneakers of the 80s and the 90s. That's basically what tells the story of, I think, the greatest era in NBA history. They definitely were part of the story. And today's sneaker definitely has its place in sneaker history, sneaker lore, shit, hell, pop culture, pop culture, just basically pop culture alone. These shoes definitely have a place in not only sneaker history, but also sports history. And these are the Nike Air Force Max. Now, this shoe right here has a double legacy. Mainly, its NBA legacy is Charles Barkley. He wore these. He wore these soon as he came. He was just traded from Philadelphia to Phoenix. Um, Nike blessed him. Nike blessed him with basically a prototype sneaker. Um, a heavy duty rugged sneaker that actually has, some eye catching appeal to it. And definitely the Air Force Max definitely fits the bill. It's a rugged sneaker. It's a very durable sneaker. um I mean, I've had these shoes since 2013. So yes, these shoes are definitely very durable. They still look good for their age. Um, Definitely, probably due to the fact that I don't wear them as often, mainly because I just love these sneakers. These shoes mean a lot to me, so I want to keep these as I just wanted to keep them in tip top shape, definitely. Uh, but yeah, like I was saying, um, the double legacy of the Air Force Max. Um, Man, it's something to behold. So bear with me. We can drop a little bit of history on you guys. Definitely, the Air Force Max debuted way back in 1993. As I was saying, these were basically modeled for Charles Barkley, who was fresh off of a trade from Philadelphia to Phoenix. So he's basically switching cities. He's going from the Eastern Conference to the Western Conference. He's going to a team that's actually was just a basically was a decent team, um, a good team, just not a great team. But when they added Charles Barkley, they went to another level, and Charles Barkley's game went to another level. Maybe it was just the new scenery, because man, Charles Barkley was definitely on a tear that year. Um, went on to leading Phoenix to the best record in the NBA. They were the highest scoring offense that year in the NBA. Charles Barkley captured the MVP that year over Michael Jordan. A lot of people thought that Mike should have won, but to be all the way honest, couldn't be mad about Charles winning the MVP that year, and he was rocking these all the way through his MVP campaign, and all the way to his first and only finals appearance versus MJ in the Chicago Bulls. Charles Barkley definitely set the tone for the Phoenix Suns that year. Man, he definitely had a killer year that year, and to me, I was very happy for him winning the MVP that year, and for him to be rocking these along the way was definitely a good look. Um, Also, these shoes was also worn by the famous, not infamous, the famous Michigan Fab Five. These were the sneakers that they wore. Actually, this shoe they wore actually in protest to Nike and the University of Michigan. They shaved their heads bald. They broke out the black Nike socks with these bad boys, and these instantly became a hood classic. These basically became certified in the streets. Everybody wanted a pair of these. These definitely have a cultural impact because the Fab Five was definitely one of a kind. Five freshmen to just basically just take the world by storm. They were basically the progenitors to the NIL era, because these guys made the University of Michigan, they made CBS, ESPN, the Big Ten. They made them millions of dollars. A lot of people got paid, and the Fab Five, unfortunately, could not reap the benefits of that. And in protest, they wore, instead of wearing Michigan Nike apparel, they just wore blank navy blue T-shirts, uh, their black socks, and these bad boys. And they went on to a Final Four run, um, all the way to the championship, where they ended up losing to North Carolina. The infamous Chris Webber calling a timeout. Yes, he had these on his feet when he made that infamous blunder that cost them the championship game. Yeah, these shoes definitely have its place in history. Mainly because of those figures, Charles Barkley and the Fab Five. It was just perfect timing. A shoe that just came, that was basically that came into the game. It was going head to head with the Air Jordan. Like I said, this was a shoe that was worn by a lot of high school teams, other pros, other college teams, because once they saw the Fab Five wearing these, and definitely on the streets, definitely these shoes were definitely being rocked on the streets, thanks to the Fab Five's popularity, because they were pretty much sports icons, street icons, and pop culture figures. And so basically this shoe will be forever associated also with the Fab Five, not only with Charles Barkley. This shoe was designed by Steve McDonald, one of the lesser known uh, uh, Nike designers, but he was in charge of a lot of the Air Force Max. He was in charge of a lot of the Air Force line of Nikes, which were more of the more heavy duty big man type sneakers, that can take a pound, that can basically, the pounding of the feet on the court. Um, Basically, they were a little bit more durable in their design. That was basically the premise of the Force line, was to basically stand the punishment that big men take down low when they're beating each other up. And he basically wanted to divert from that. He wanted to basically streamline it, sleek it up, make it a little bit more, fashionable on the court and off the court, as he, so eloquently put it. He was very surprised about how the streets caught on to these and embraced these, and he was forever thankful for street culture, for elevating basically a shoe that was supposed to be just for Charles Barkley to basically go through a 82 game season with as little wear and tear on his feet as possible, to an actual street icon. So he was always forever grateful for that. These were basically, they came in 3 colors. You have these were my favorite of the 3. The all black with the gray. And this swoosh is actually reflective. If the light hits it just right, probably won't be able to hit it. Maybe if I have my flash on, then you would be able to see this swoosh. But yes, it is reflective, 3M reflective. This was the first sneaker of basically in Nike basketball that actually was rocking the big bubble technology, where it was basically a full full 2/3 length air bubble that was visible on the back heel, also with the strap that says Force on it, to let you know that that is a part of the Force line. And also during the early 90s of Air Max, that was created and started by Tinker Hatfield. Basically, this Air Max logo, this was the classic Air Max logo of the early 90s. Basically, Tinker Hatfield created Air Max. Steve basically continued it and expanded upon it literally and figuratively by adding the visible big bubble on the back. As you can see, it's just basically a straight up herringbone bottom with Nike print on the with Nike print. Um, More 3M reflective circles along the strap and on the toe. You can see the plastic little Nike. This kind of was added to a lot of the Air Maxes in the early 90s. This kind of, I don't know, it just, I don't know actually the functionality of it, but it just seemed like it always just kind of held the back heel, the back of your foot just kind of just in place. I think that would be the functionality of it. But yeah, this design was pretty much, this little cup design was in a lot was prevalent in a lot of Nike Air Max running shoes as well. But yeah, they Steve added that touch into the Air Force Max. It's basically a straight up sneaker. They had the black with the silver. They also had the white, black with the purple hints right along here. Those were the ones that Charles Barkley wore in the regular season, mainly at home. He wore these a lot on the road, but then when it came playoff time, he just wore these at home and on the road. So, and also there was the little known all gray pair. They had an all gray. Basically, it was the reverse of these. It was all gray with the black swoosh. But yeah, they were pretty much the lesser known of the three. These were the most popular, obviously. These were my favorite of the three. I definitely rock these. And I don't wear, like I said, I don't wear these as much because I wanted to preserve these. Um, these debuted in '93. They retroed again in 2013. So I've had these since they released back then. And I was thankfully able to take care of these as best as I can. But yeah, I love these sneakers. I definitely enjoy looking at these shoes. Definitely enjoy wearing them. Um, these don't really get a lot of looks from the younger guys, but guys my age and older who know their sneakers, they see these, they're like, "Oh man, you got those Fab Fives on," or they'll say, "Oh, you got those Barclays on." It just depends on who you run into. They'll either say that these are the Fab Fives or they'll say that these are the Barclays. Like I said, these have a shared legacy. There's a shared legacy with these sneakers, along with its street cred and its street appeal, basically. Yeah, the Air the Air Force Max. I mean, definitely a beautiful sneaker, a very underrated sneaker, but a very important sneaker. In these help Nike in the early '90s helped push Nike forward as far as clearing the competition, which they did. They cleared the competition with no problem. Um, by the time these were out on the street, everybody was rushing towards anything that had a swoosh on it. Nike by '93 with Air Jordan, and with Tinker Hatfield continuing to push forward, with guys like Steve McDonald continuing to push later on, Eric Avar, you know, guys like Eric Avar that came later. They just continued to further and further push the envelope for Nike, and definitely these were the progenitors also to the CB line that Eric Avar actually ended up taking over um, from Steve McDonald, who actually moved on to, I want to say he moved on to Reebok, I believe. But yeah, these were definitely the start of the Charles Barkley line, which in itself has its place in Nike and sneaker history. But yeah, these were the ones. I out of all the Charles Barkley sneakers, these were my favorite. These are my favorite out of the CB line. Um, I think these are the most important in the CB line. These represent the most in his career. I think this was Charles Barkley at his zenith, at his height. I think that year, 1993, Charles Barkley, only Michael Jordan could defeat him, because had there not been a Michael Jordan in the league that year, Charles Barkley was going to win the title. He was locked in like that. He was locked in. It was something to behold. It sucked to see Charles not reaching the ultimate goal in winning the ring. Um, but man, he definitely put it all out there on the line. He had a 55-point game. I want to say it was game 4. I believe that game went to like triple overtime. That game was crazy. That was a crazy game. Him and MJ going back and forth in Chicago. And CB coming out with the win, man, in front of a stunned Chicago stadium. Oh man, it was such an awesome. That was such an awesome night. But definitely Charles Barkley was in his bag that year. Charles Barkley definitely was representing in the Fab Five when they put these on. Man, they oh man, they did their thing. Showboating, slam dunks, alley oops, no look passes, threes, suffocating defense, all that, man. And they was rocking these, man, all the way. While meanwhile, making a statement towards the powers that be, that student athletes deserve to be paid, for the money that they bring into these institutions, these shoe companies, and these networks that broadcast their games. The apparel that flies off off the shelves, the eyeballs tuned into their games. I'm glad to see that that NIL is a thing, because a lot of these athletes definitely do deserve it. They definitely do bring in a lot of money, and I think that these shoes were part of the vehicle that kind of drove a long, steady march towards where we're at today in college athletics. Definitely a statement sneaker in more ways than one. But I will close with that. Definitely, I love Wear Your Sneaker Friday. That's my favorite segment of the week. I love speaking on sneakers. I just do. I kind of nerd out when it comes to sneakers, man. I just love them. But another week has concluded. Man, thank you all for rocking with me this week. We had some great discussions, some fun. Wednesday night, definitely had a great time with that. Good questions, good comments, good back and forth. Some new members into the Hoophead Haven. Definitely welcome. Definitely thank you all. Man, we definitely showed out this week, Hoopheads. Man, we definitely represented. Man, and with that being said, I hope you guys have a great weekend. You guys enjoy yourselves, enjoy your families. Love them babies, loving your loved ones. Tomorrow's not promised. Man, be responsible, be respectful. Have a clear mind and a pure heart as you go out there. Be responsible. And we'll see you Monday. And with that being said, it's your boy Skinny Hardaway. And this is another episode of Retro Heat Check in the books. And I leave you with these words. Peace, and wear your sneakers.